Morning, everybody. Welcome to Second Cup of Coffee. Pastor Tom here with you. It is week 3 of our series, Famine. If you haven't tracked with us, go back, watch the other 2. First week, if you're not responsible, you take responsibility because this is something that's impacting you and could impact other people around you. Ask God how He wants you to inquire of Him, and then follow that out, and you'll know wisdom when it shows up. This is an important piece here on week 3. When you hear from God, I want to ask you to give yourself a safeguard. What is that? Bounce it off somebody else that you know hears well from God, what God told you to do. Okay? It's not that you haven't heard, but it's a safeguard because some of the obedience you may be called to may be a little bit different, a little bit awkward for you. Okay? But this is what I would say. Do what God has asked you to do. And trust, no matter what it is that He's asked you to do, there'll be a supernatural grace, not just to do it, but for a power to come behind it to break the back of famine in your life. Okay? You're going to hear some real practical aspects of that next week in our conversation and what that might look like. That may be outside of your frame. It may be outside of your understanding. That's fine because Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, I don't lead on my own understanding. All right? But what I do is I wait for wisdom and then I walk it out. But I do want to safeguard myself. I'm going to bounce that wisdom off of somebody else that I know hears from God and to get a confirmation, right? You can't use confirmation as a reason not to do it. But when you get that wisdom, bounce it just as a safeguard. Okay, fair enough. Then you begin to do what God has asked you to do. And let Him back it with His authority, and He'll break the back of famine in your life. If this meant something to you, share it. Please join us next week for our conversation. It's going to put a lot more flesh on the bones of what we've been laying out the last 3 weeks and show you how this worked in somebody else's life. We love you. God bless you, and we'll talk to you soon.